Welcome back to DF's Lego stuff and stuff. I've been promising a video on this engine for like 3 weeks now. So I think it's time that I finally just make the darn video. This is an opposed piston rotary valve Lego vacuum engine. And this engine came about because I wanted to make the smoothest LV I possibly could. So, I went with opposed pistons because they balance each other out. And rotary valves because they spin instead of going up and down and vibrating. And, what you immediately notice on this engine is this gearing. Now what I wanted to do was I wanted to have perpendicular bevel gears up here and more down here, and then a horizontal shaft here just like this. I wanted vertical shafts here and here, and then all the gearing would just be on this side. But unfortunately, I just couldn't make that work with the gears that I have. We have 3 of these chrome gears, and I only have so many bevel gears. So I had to do this goofiness. The rotary valves need a 2-to-1 ratio, which is achieved with 12-tooth bevel gears and the 24-tooth chrome gears. This gear used to be a 16-tooth gear. I think this is a 16. It kept breaking these gears, so I had to modify it a little bit. I changed the 1x2 Technic bricks here to 1x1s and put this 20-tooth gear here. So that does not break like these ones do. This is the old kind, and man, it is weak. So anyway, let's get back to what we were actually talking about. On this side, you can see it's got the vertical shaft still, but it is on the other side, and that connects the 2 crankshafts. Now this engine, I wanted it to be extremely smooth. I thought it was going to be really smooth. Turned out it's actually not really the smoothest engine ever, but it's still pretty smooth. And I think a big reason why it's not extremely smooth is the primary balance may be almost perfect, but since the crankshafts rotate in opposite directions, they're going like this, and the secondary imbalances are doubled. So it's got kind of a side-to-side shake. And moving on to the throttle here, that's what that looks like, and it's no kind of linkage or anything, it's just real simple. And there's the other valve in there. Now, I am going to take it apart in this video so you can see more of what the inside looks like, but before I do that, I'm going to run it because this thing is running perfectly right now, and I don't want to ruin that. Also, I should mention, the timing is pretty sensitive on this engine. It's really easy to adjust though. You just push the chrome gear in, you turn it by 1 tooth or so, and you pull it back up. So it's really easy to adjust the timing, and when the timing is right, it runs really good. So a stupid cat is terrified of the sump pumps in the basement. So now since all the snow is melting into the basement, we have a litter box in the mudroom and litter all over the floor, which is just lovely. So this is where I always run my engines. We're just gonna have to tolerate that, I guess. I mean, luckily it smells fine in here, but the litter all over the floor is not pleasant. Alright, right now you can hear all the air coming through the exhaust valve because neither of the valves are fully closed right now. That's just how rotary valves work. I don't know if you can tell, but I sure can. The rotary valves spin at half the speed of the crankshaft because they're geared down 2 to 1. They open and close twice per revolution. I'll show you how easy it is to adjust the timing. Say you want to retard the timing a little bit, push that gear in, pull it out. I don't think I actually changed anything. I don't think I actually adjusted it. Let's see, we want to change it by 1, 2. See, now it won't. Doesn't want to run. So that's how sensitive it is. It's advanced the timing again. I gotta stop right now because this video is gonna be a long one. So, as promised, let's disassemble this. Here, I can do it with one hand. here is the top half, and if we look in there, there's the piston, and also there's the valve there. It's closed there, and in that position it's open. And here's the bottom half. Not much going on here, just a piston and a cylinder. And you can see the top piston when it's running, which is fun. And it's falling apart. So there's that. It's the intake valve, I suppose. Not really an intake, because the air is getting sucked out through it, but for ease of communication, we'll call it an intake, and we'll call this an exhaust. So this, when I originally ran it on just this half, the first short that I made of this engine, I had a plate over the exhaust for throttle. Now, it doesn't like that with both pistons, because the way these valves work, there isn't full suction until the exhaust valve is in that position. So if you cover this exhaust port, that's essentially the same as closing the exhaust valve. Since the intake valve is open most of the time as well, that will make it so that it does not run. Of course, there's that side. And I think while it's taking apart, I might put this connecting rod in my straight 8 that is currently in progress. I stuck these in here to try to run it on one cylinder and one valve. It didn't work, but I've got 7 of the 8 pistons in because I just need the one connecting rod. It doesn't have to be red, but it'll look better that way, so I think I'll put a different connecting rod in here. So there it is. There's the video on this engine finally, and I know it was a bit of a long one. I try not to make videos this long because they take forever to upload, but hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you on the next one. I can't talk.